Last time we spoke about Kovod and Ava being foundations of a marriage. And this time we'll discuss what Kovod actually is. So, a mistaken way of looking at Kovod is it starts off with the person that's being mechabed, the other person. Sort of like I get to choose who I'm going to be mechabed, and the more I am mechabed that person, the more I respect and honor that person, the more I am giving to that person, and the more mechabed he becomes. And that's a mistake. That's not what Kovod actually is. What Kovod actually is a person having acquired, having worked on, and owns a certain good midah, a good quality, and he owns it to the extent that it starts overflowing to the people around him. And then other people that are looking for that same midah can sort of gnash off of that and learn that midah from respecting this person. Sort of like a light bulb. A light bulb is shining the light. Whether there's anybody around them looking for the light just shines. It has the light within it. Like a power bank, like a battery pack. Battery pack has the energy inside of it. And whoever wants to gnash off that energy can give Kovod, can plug into that and gnash, take off, take out, learn that energy, that midah from that person. And that's what Kovod really is. And the difference with this is that the first way, the mistaken way, is sort of like a guy has a bag full of gold coins and he could choose who he gives it to. And the more coins he gives to a person, the more mechabed that person is. Then that person needs to come on to other people to be a mechabed, which is not it's not a real mechabed. Somebody that has learned a virtue to the extent that he owns it, learned a midah, a good quality, to the extent that he owns it, to make it part of himself, he doesn't need anybody else recognizing that within him to make him own that midah. He owns it regardless. He doesn't need to come onto somebody to be a mechabed. He is a mechabedic person on his own. And that's what Kovod really is. And the more a person wants to learn that midah from the person that has acquired it already, sorry for the tongue tie there. Let's use the example of chesed, okay? Somebody went out and wanted to learn chesed. He wanted to acquire that midah, that good quality. And he did everything about it. He literally came to a point where he owns that midah. He is a ish chesed. He's a real mechabed. How can I gnash off of what he already learned? And the answer is by respecting that quality within the person. So this person that has acquired chesed, I want to learn chesed. So what I do is I am mechabed him. I learn from him. I connect to him. I start respecting that midah of chesed within this person. And the more I connect him, the more I respect it, the more kovod I give for this midah within this person, the more I start acquiring this midah myself. And that's what kovod is. Like I said before, like a power bank, like a battery pack. The more I stay charged, the more I get. But it's not that this mechabed needs anything from me. Not that this guy that has acquired the midah needs anything from anyone else. He doesn't, of course not. He has acquired this midah regardless of anybody around him respects him or doesn't respect him. And when we understand Kovod in this way, we also understand that when we're mechabed somebody in a fake way, when we just give what many look at as Kovod, literally fake Kovod, like you don't respect anything within the person, but you're just giving him Kovod because, I don't know, for need to belong or for whatever reason. If you don't really respect that midah within that person, you're not going to get anything out of it. You're not going to be able to gnash from that chesed that's within this guy. The only way to do it is to find a quality that talks to you, a quality that you want to learn within a person that has owned this quality. And the more you respect this person, the more you connect and are mechabed this person, the more you're going to gnash this quality into yourself and become that person, become that ish chesed that you want to become. And that's what Kovod is. So just to break it down one more time, Kovod is a person learning and acquiring a quality trait, so much so that it shines out to the people around him. The people around him looking to acquire this good quality trait see that within that person and start respecting and being mechabed that part within that person, and therefore making it their own good quality trait. And that is what Kovod is. Now, what does this have to do with marriage? This is the foundation of marriage, right? So what does it have to do with marriage? So let me explain. It says, Kol ma shabura HaKadosh Baruch Hu ba'olomai, everything that Hashem created in His world, lo yiburu elo l'chvoidai. He only created it for l'chvoidai, for His own Kovod. Let's think for a second. So wait, if Kovod means that we get to give Hashem something, we get to give Him Kovod, we're being mechaber Him. Hashem created us so that we can be mechaber Him. That's not Kovod. Hashem needs that. Hashem, that makes no sense. That Hashem created us so that we should be giving Him something. But if we understand Kovod, what it is now, the way we understand it now, that Hashem created us because He wanted to give us the opportunity of giving Him Kovod, meaning of learning and nashing and acquiring all the amazing traits of being like B'Tselem Elokim Nasa, to become as godly as we possibly can, then it makes sense that Hashem created the whole world only for His Kovod, so that we can just learn and nash and become the most amazing godly people ever. And that way, it actually makes sense. There's a story that he tells about two Bachurim that were from the same town, learned in the same yeshiva, both very sharp, smart boys. And when they grew up, one became like the most incredible human being, humble, respectful, good, like a tzaddik, a real tzaddik. And the other one became really like almost a cruel person, an evil person. And they wanted to understand the difference. So they asked the Gudel, like, what is it that made, like, literally same town, same, like, why? Like, what was so off one from the other? So the Gudel told them, ask each of them to tell you about their town that they grew up in. Okay. So they went to the good guy, and the tzaddik, the worked out person, and they asked him, they said, tell us about your town. So he would say, wow, the baker in that town, he always gave with a smile, and if he said a bracha, he gave you an extra candy. And wow, the chazan was and the rav was he was a guan utzam, a genius of a person with an eitelkeit, and he just kept on praising everybody in the town as he spoke about his town. And then they asked the other guy, and they asked him about his town. About his town, and he literally like, oh, the Rav was, he used to schlep a long shiurim, and the baker, like, he literally had only like negative to say about everybody as he was telling them about his town. Marriage, and the reason why Kovod is a foundation of a marriage, is because you get to see what you want to see within that person. This tzaddik wanted to see the good in other people, and therefore everything was good, and therefore he nashed that good. He was able to see, if Kovod is giving Kovod, recognizing that good trait within the person, if that's what Kovod is, then that's what this tzaddik did. He kept on giving Kovod, recognition, respect, recognizing these good quality traits within every person. And that's what made it his own. He made it his own. He owned those quality traits. But when you're looking at the same people and you're respecting the negative quality traits, and when I say respecting, I know it sounds interesting, but that's what it is. Kovod means like a weight. You're giving it validity. You're looking to own that is within that person by respecting them. So when this person saw only the negative in the other person, what he was doing, he was owning all this negativity from everybody he saw, from everybody he interacted with, from everybody he gave Kovod to. He gave Kovod to the wrong thing. He gave Kovod to the negativity. And that's why Kovod is so important in a marriage. There's two ways of looking at your spouse, and there's nobody that's perfect. There's nobody that has only good. There's nobody that has only bad. But if you look at the positivity, if you look at what you can nash from, you can nash from that person in a good way, in a positive way, it's an endless and most beautiful relationship. There's also a different type of Kovod. And in a marriage, we need a second type of Kovod also. And that's just respecting the relationship. So the first type of Kovod is honoring and respecting that midah, that trait, the good that you see within that person. That's what we've been talking about until now. In a marriage, there's another level of Kovod. Almost like being mechabed your parents. you're being mechabed what's in the person, fine, but that's not where it stops, because you're mechiv to be mechabed your parents, whether they're good or not, whether you can find good in them or not. So there's another layer of kovod, and that's honoring the relationship, respecting the relationship. And in parents, it's respecting where you come from, respecting that you're honoring within them that you are part of a chain that's a lot bigger than yourself. Like literally from Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov all the way down. Honoring that where you come from, honoring and respecting what that person sees in you. So in a marriage, if you're respecting the relationship, you're honoring your spouse within the relationship, you're also honoring that they chose you. You're honoring, essentially, you're honoring yourself. You're honoring their decision in choosing you. It's a very deep sense of kovod, and it's a very deep sense of belonging within this relationship. And that's why kovod is so important in a marriage. And I just want to say it again, because I said it again. When I say choosing your spouse, I'm sorry if you feel like you didn't, or if you actually didn't. Please, I beg you, get the support. You deserve it. It'll change your life, I promise you. Get the support that you need if you feel like you didn't choose, or if you feel like you can't choose. Get somebody to support you. And after that, decide to choose. Decide now to choose what's within your spouse. Decide now to choose that you can choose your spouse and you could see them choosing you. And when you recognize that you're respecting the part of your spouse that chose you, you're literally respecting yourself. You're respecting the whole dynamic. You're respecting the relationship. And I say respect the whole time. I mean kovod, honor, everything that encompasses kovod. You're giving real kovod to where it's needed in a marriage. And that's why it's the foundation of a marriage. Because with this, a marriage could really thrive.